Hi YouTube, I got three things going on with this car. Okay, I got a check engine light on. That's the first thing. And I got an ABS light on. The check engine light is on because I believe the Catalytic converter is clogged up. I'm gonna run a bypass on the O2 sensor after I cut the Catalytic converter off and straight pipe it. So I'm gonna run the bypass on it to get rid of that check engine light and get rid of the cloud converter. Then my fuel hand don't work, so I'm gonna cut an access door in the trunk over the gas tank so I can pull out the center unit, and I have an access door panel in it, so I don't have to drop the whole tank. So I have an access door in the trunk where I can go in and get into the trunk. Those are the next three things I got going. Oh, and the ABS brake, I'm gonna have to run a bypass on it is also. I thought about changing out the ABS pump, but I don't know if I think I just want to bypass it as well. Just like I bypassed the airbag to put this aftermarket steering wheel in and get rid of the big, the clunky stock steering wheel that was in it with the stock airbag. Just like I bypassed already the key ignition. This was the airbag thing right here. This was the clunky airbag, so I don't have an airbag light on. So I'll be running two bypasses. The Catalytic converter check engine light bypass. The ABS, I don't know if the light will go off or not, but I know I'm definitely gonna I'm gonna wanna bypass the ABS brake, the ABS pump. But yeah, that's what we got going on. Then I'm gonna get the fuel hand pump working, the fuel gauge working. And all my gauges will be set after that. That's the ABS pump I'm talking about. I wanna bypass that. Then I wanna bypass this exhaust pipe that's hot, that's going into this plastic upper intake. So what I wanna do is buy a new upper intake, plastic well-let closed, take a nickel, put it in there to bypass that hot pipe and bypass this EGR valve. So that's the other bypass I want to do. But like I said, I got to get a upper intake plastic, new upper intake plastic intake, plastic well-let shit. Take a nickel, cut that off, put it in there, use that as a blockout plate, then make a blockout plate for this EGR valve. And that'll bypass that, and I think that's what's giving me a leak. The exhaust pipe, a hot exhaust pipe going into plastic. So yeah, that's my bypasses I want to do. And then again, like I said, I want to delete this whole ABS brake, actuator pump, and bypass that somehow so I can just have it running like the original setup. Everybody living like stars. They playing got the mucked up. They world got mucked up. Now they see me and they sound like trouble. Now it ain't time we stand on no tab. Go to the door, put me real to the back. Yo, they don't need to listen to my ribbon. YouTube, I'll cut the Catalytic converter off. Next thing I'm about to do is get that check engine light off. I got a trick for that. Man, it was sounding terrible, man, with the Catalytic converter being clogged up. But now I feel like this motherfucker could breathe. I'm finna rev it. Motherfucker sound like a V8. Alright, so we did the catalytic converter delete. Alright, y'all. I didn't build the alternator harness, as y'all can see. So, y'all can't really see, but let me tell y'all what's going on. This was an extra wire that I pulled out. The pin, the hook, need that. Took out two, this was originally a 4-pin. This is my L. I say L right there, meaning the light. And this is my S, meaning this goes to the 12-volt source. Loop it around, back to the alternator. Those are the rings I use. Okay, so I put my diode, just like that, inside of that. These are my resistors. A 470, I put it in this brown part, right here. So, I'm gonna show y'all what I did to get this working. So, underneath the wire string, I used a lot of those right there. You should always have you some of those. Those good. So, just to show y'all what I got going on, I'm finna use this. We're gonna get the numbers. So I can see I got the ground in the terminal. I got my light. Now I'm finna touch this ring. So as I can see, that's the diode. That's in the red wire, the S. So we know we got, it's actually, the connection is good. All right, now let's try the brown. See how it's low now? That's on the brown. Got it on the brown. See how that was almost 470? That's a 470 resistor right there. But yeah, so y'all can see. Build the harness for the alternator, so it should give me an extra volt, and it shouldn't burn out with the regulator. The volt regulator shouldn't burn out because I got the resistor on the wire. Don't forget, y'all, and that's a 140 amp alternator that this is going to. I just built a performance alternator wire harness. Yes, sir. All right, YouTube. So I pulled out the briefcase of the Dremel, because this is for when I cut my fuel tank access door. Instead of dropping the whole fuel tank, instead of using that, y'all know that'll probably get a hold of that tank and cut a hole in the tank. So what I did was I ordered a Dremel blade for the Dremel. These blades right here, this kit right here, that's the part number at the bottom. So I can cut my access door without cutting through the tank. Just I got this so I can just cut around the door I need to cut without knowing it won't go through the tank with this Dremel. Then I can get up in there, have a door through the trunk, reach in there, grab the sending unit out, new pump, new sending unit right there, make me a door to cover it up, and I always have access to my fuel tank door without having to drop the tank. Because dropping the tank on the Pontiacs, Buick LeSage's, and Buick Park Avenues, and the Oldsmobile 88, man, those front wheel drives, terrible, man. It's a lot of work. So therefore, I'm finna cut. Mine's is a 94, so it didn't have a access door. Now, I think when you got into 96 or 97 and up, from the factory, it came with an access door. 95 and under, 95 to 92 didn't have the access door. So I ordered me a set of these. I think it come with like 5 of them, 5 cutting wheels to cut metal. That's how we're gonna cut that access door. Didn't want to use that. I used that to cut the Catalytic converter off. And boy, when I tell you that bad boy, that cut, sliced it like butter. Yes, sir, it did. So we're gonna try this out, y'all. Cut my access door. Got this little bit and the 5 cutting blades. All right, y'all. So this is what I got since I cut off my Catalytic converter and the O2 sensor to take the check engine light, delete off. This is something that I learned about. These are non-spark plug filers. They come with 2 in the pack. Okay, so if you look at that hole, that's how it originally come without it being touched. Okay, this is 18 millimeter thread for the GM. So if y'all look in there, that hole look bigger. So what I did was took a 1.5 inch drill bit, drill all the way through it, that, and you put it together like this, so that'll screw into this. Y'all see that O2, that's why you gotta, so because of the O2 sensor, that's why you gotta drill that hole so it'll clear it. So that's why you drill that 1.5 inch drill bit. But y'all see the thread, it's an 18 millimeter thread. Got a drill in that. Got a screw on top of that. I can hold it steady for y'all. That screws in that all the way down. New O2 sensor. This screws into where the place inside the intake manifold. That right there should make my check engine light come out. So that's the catalytic converter delete right there. You can actually buy a piece like this, but like I said, why buy it when you can make it? You just buy the non-spark plug filers, 18 millimeters, at the parts store in the help department. Take a drill bit, drill a 1.5 inch on one of them, screw these 2 together like that. Boom, you screw that into the place where just the O2 sensor goes. Same thread pitch, 18 millimeter. There you have it though.